Shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out. The prophets of the downfall of this wicked society to tell you that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites of the Bible. And I want to start off by giving our praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the whole flock of Israel. And this the brother Zakaria from the Jim and Chicago branch. And I want to go into a short lesson on we still can keep the Sabbath, man, the Shabbat. You know, because certain people say that we not in our homeland, we can't keep it. The law's done away with. That's bullshit, man. You know, the scriptures don't say that, man. Because there's certain laws that's in the scripture that we still can keep, man. The Lord said, I came not to destroy the law, but to fulfill, man. You know, He didn't come to destroy the law, man. He came to fulfill it, man. So you can still keep the Sabbath, man. You know, just stop doing from your lust, man, the desire of your own lust, man. To be more spiritual minded on the Sabbath, man. To get a Lord that, man, that's supposed to be a day of rest, man. You know, but you know certain brothers got to rest, man. I mean work. That's part of the you know, the affliction. You know, but if you can, man, like minimize your spare time, man. You know, to get to the Lord, man, to read, to watch videos, man, more often on that day, man. You know, to chill, man. You know, but I'm gonna hop right into it, Lord, when this lesson is edifying. I'm gonna just jump right into it. This Psalm chapter 81, in verse 3, it said, "Blow up the trumpet in the new moon, and the time appointed on our Solomon feast day." You know, so the new moon basically determines our feast days, man. Our feast days, it's like a clock, man. You know, the new moon determines the feast days, man, with the and Shabbats, man. You know, this Genesis chapter 2 and verse 2. It says, "And on the seventh day," I'll start at 1. "Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, the Most High ended his work which he had made. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made." So you see, so the seventh day is a labor of rest, man. You know, which is the Sabbath, man. "And the Most High blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which the Most High created and made." You see, so the seventh day is really the Shabbat, which is a day of rest. See, the Most High rested on that day, you know. So I mean, we gotta rest on that day as well, man. But you know, certain brothers, they work, you know. But like if you like work for yourself and like do your own thing, like those should be days that you should take off, man. On the Sabbath, man. And the Sabbath is not just Friday to Saturday, man. It's based off the moon, man, off the new moon, you know. For you camps out there that believe that the Shabbat is only from Friday to Saturday, man. How, man? That's impossible, man. Because back then, when our ancestors was keeping the law, there was no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday back then, man. They was going off the new moon, man, off the clock, man, of the moon, man. You know. It was going by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by the days, man, of the moon. It's Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 23. It says, "And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, and said Yahweh." So the new moon and the Sabbath, we supposed to worship the Lord, man. We supposed to get the Lord our leisure time, man. You know, resting, you know, reading, once again, you know, praying, you know, studying, you know, etc., man. Just giving the Lord his time, that day, leave that day holy, which is separate from your desire, like going to go hoop, play basketball, lift weights, you know, jogging, you know, whatever you be doing, man. Just get that time to the Lord, man. Most of that time to the Lord, majority of the time, shit, you know. This is Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. It says, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." See? So the Lord is saying, remember the Shabbat and keep it holy, keep it separate. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Shabbat, the Sabbath of Yahweh thy power. And in it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth and the sea, and all that in them is, and rested in 7 days. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So the Lord blessed this day, man. So we got to keep it, man. But we know it's certain things that we can't be able to, we got to do on a carnal tip, but build yourself up spiritually, man. Give your time to the Lord, man. Get that time to the Lord, man. Because the Shabbat is very serious, man. This is Genesis chapter 1 and verse 14. It say, and the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. Okay? And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And the Most High made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and that's going into the moon and the sun, man. He used those to determine his times and the seasons and the years, man. So our bad determine the seasons and the times and the days and the years. That's based off our Shabbats, man. Our Sabbaths, our feast days, man. Our high holy days, man. Etc., man. So you still can keep the Shabbat, man. In the land of our captivity, the scripture saying, in the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves, man. So we rehearsing, and then the scripture also say we rehearsing the righteous acts, man. So that's what we doing. We rehearsing the righteous acts, man. We rehearsing it, man. We're not gonna get it perfect, man. The Lord say our righteousness is like filthy rags, man. So because we're not in our homeland, so we still gotta show the effort, man. Like, where the work at? Where's the faith, man? These people out here bugged out, man. Saying the Shabbat is done away with. Friday, Saturday, man. That's madness, man. This Psalm chapter 104 and verse 19. It says, he appointed the moon for seasons, the sun nor his going down. So he appointed the moon for seasons, man. What the seasons, man? To know what times we living in, man. To know when our feast days are. Once again, the high holy days. To know when it's the new moon, the Shabbat, the Sabbath. Because these things help you when you keep these things to keep yourself away from certain things, man. Like from your flesh desire, having sex, things like that, man. Hanging out with your women, doing folly with your friends, man, in the world on the Shabbat. You could keep that day. You got to keep it separate, man. Like, turn that stuff down, man, and get that time to the Lord, man. I'm ending with this scripture here, this last scripture. This is Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, but Sirach chapter 43 and verse 6. I'm gonna end at 8. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. See, the moon for a declaration of times, man. The Shabbat, new moon, and a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast. See, the moon is the sign of feast, our feast days, man. A light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name. See, so the moon is really based off the month. Month is basically moon. So we determine the month off the moon. Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven, man. And that's plain, man. That's going into the lights and what how the Lord got everything set up in the heavens, man. With the stars, man, with the moon, with the sun, man. But the moon is basically based it's months, man. So we got to look up and look at the moon for our months and our feasts and our new moons and our Sabbaths, man. So that we can be able to keep these things so we won't be going off, man. We rehearsing the righteous acts, man. We're not going to keep everything perfectly, but it's about the effort, man. It's about you trying, man. And fighting and doing for your Yahweh Yahushai to try to keep his laws to the best of your ability, man. You know? But Lord, when this us with edifying, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the whole elect of Israel. Shalom and a bar.